All right, so if you guys missed last stream, basically I'm trying to get top 100 time on this map, Jump for Starters, which in my mind is the most popular map ever. Certainly it was the first map that actually I don't know if it was the first map that I played, but it was the first map that really captured my attention. And so the time to beat is I showed it last time, but the time to beat to get top 100 is 12.5 minutes for all 6 courses. And my current PB is like twice. It was like 23, 24 minutes. I don't quite remember. So still got a lot of work to do, and now I don't expect it to happen today, but I'm just going to consistently kind of play it an hour or two every time I stream, maybe. Or maybe stream at different days of the week, and slowly get better at it. I'm also going to add net fake lag. I am playing on my own server right now just to keep things simple, but yeah. So don't expect me to talk too much. This is now the chill section of the stream where we're just vibing. I think this hat is giving me a headache. It's a little too tight, but it's all right. So the way I did this last time is it's a manual start timer. I don't have auto splits or anything like that. So I just found an angle, get pose, that I could just reliably teleport to and just start by clicking. Yeah, that'll work. Without any further ado, let's get it. Shit. That's not a great start. Oh no. I'm a mess. TF2 classified broke my brain. Why am I missing that first jump height? Dude. What am I doing? I can't beat the first part of the first level. Come on! Bro. Am I just actually bad at the game, or what? I gotta lock back in. I gotta readjust. Gotta bring back some of that old muscle memory. But yeah, for these first few runs, I'm probably just gonna do a no reset, just so I can get back in the habit, and so I'm not just endlessly resetting on course A. Aside from those first few resets. Damn it, I keep jumping too high on that. Okay, double speed shot. It's a good omen. 3 for 3 speed shots was too much to ask for. You need this playlist. This is an artist called Tash Sultana. She's really good. I really fuck. She might be Australian too, actually. But yeah, this is an album called Notion, or it's an EP, I guess. But yeah, I really like it. I think she does like all the guitar and the singing. She's really talented. Shoot, I had it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's Aussie too. Oh, a bounce. Are you sticking around, Jacob? Should we watch another episode of Lego Masters today? I wasn't planning on it, but I didn't have a very concrete plan today anyway. But I definitely just want to do a little bit of rocket jumping, mostly because last week I feel like I got some momentum on this map, and I don't want to lose it. Because right now we're flying. I'm at what, 4 minutes? That's pretty good pace. That's definitely PB pace. But there's still the 3 harder courses left. Oh, I didn't have enough regen. No, I got ramp bugged. Let me give myself some health before I accidentally die on the triple. I went way too early. No. Oh no. No stress. Yeah, no worries, man, no worries. Soon we will return to Lego Masters. It's just streaming's hard, man. Streaming takes a lot of energy out of me. It's hard to multitask. It's hard to like talk the whole time and be entertaining. But it has been fun. So we will return to Lego Masters at some point. Today was kind of a throwaway day. We played TF Classified, which was honestly definitely a fun experience. Not one I would necessarily say is like gonna last, but like as a one-off game, definitely pretty fun. And it's well made. Streaming seems tough. Yeah. I mean, like anything, it's something that you kind of... Kale is waiting for us. Yes, dude. I fucking love Kale. I might, even if you don't watch, I might watch Lego Masters anyway. Actually, I don't have any weed, so never mind. I've been trying to get sober for at least a few weeks, get my sleep back to regular. But yeah, I mean, streaming is just like anything else. You have to put the work in, and you get incrementally better. So this is only like week 3 of consistent weekly streaming for me. I feel like there's no way I don't get better at it. Just like rocket jumping, I feel already way better for than the first time I was working on this map. I might first try this wall pogo. Hold up. Come on. Hold on, I can't look at chat till I get through this level. Guys, we might be on a run. I just... Fuck. I talked and I ruined it. God damn it. Dude, you've been off for 8 months. First hit and got a whitey. What's a whitey? And greened out. Damn. That's tough, yeah. It's been a long time since I took a really long tea break. It's been like maximum of 2 weeks, like a month. Your blood pressure drops so low your lips turn white? What the heck? You remember why it doesn't agree with you? Oh, that's tough. Because for me, the issue is like weed is has so few side effects that I just do it constantly. Yeah, that's crazy. That's nuts. I will tell a story though. The first, yeah, that is wild, man. Take care of yourself. I can see why you would take 8 months to, off of weed. That's crazy. I've never greened out. I have had edibles that were too strong, especially once I had edibles when I was sick, and that was crazy. I was like doing the whole body vibrating type deal, but I've never greened out. Okay, come on, stabilize. Stabilize, you bitch. I said stabilize! Stabilize, stabilize. Okay, here we go. No, I fucked it up again. Can I save it? Used to smoke an ounce a week? Holy shit. That is insane. Yeah, edibles take too long. I'm also not a fan. I don't really like the body load. That's what it is for me. Like, I hate the body feeling. I don't like feeling tired, and it's like even sativa edibles will still get me really tired. You worked for a weed farm? Oh, that'll do it. Yeah. And you guys just all smoke doobies instead of like vaping or dabbing. Okay, wait, but I have a juicy story for you guys. I just got to get through this level. This is the hardest level for me on the whole map. And like I literally did the hard part twice and then messed up the horizontal transversal. I think my angles are just a little bit off from where they need to be. Okay, surely I can not screw it up this time. I'm screwing it up. I'm dropping very slowly. Okay, we're good. For glass, but roll blunt every now and then. Yeah, makes sense. I mean, I'm not a big blunt guy, but definitely it hits every once in a while. Because it's a little different. I think I read like the science behind it is that blunts, or I mean any kind of combustion, is more intoxicating because of like specifically because of the oxygen deprivation. So there's a little bit of science info for you. Me personally, oh shit, I got the fucking pre-fire speed shot. That was crazy. Me personally, I have 2 pretty nice dry herb vapes, and they just do everything I need for me. And it's just like, so once you vape and you realize how much more efficient the vapes are than papers or blunts, you can never go back. It's literally like I get twice the effect for half the weed. It's truly insane. So I can never go back. But now I've got baby lungs and I cough every time I combust. Yeah, glass is nice. I've got one mobile dry herb vape, the Mighty, if you guys have heard of that. And also, dude, we're cruising through this map. And I've also got a, like, I may have shown it on stream before, but it's like, basically the equivalent of an e-nail, of a dab nail, an electronic dab nail. The equivalent of that, but for dry flower. And it's awesome. I love it. Playing Ultra Kill. Can't stop trying to dash. I haven't played Ultra Kill yet. I bet I would like that game. Instant consumption after decarboxylation too. Yeah, but the vape I have is like on demand draw, so it does the same thing. It basically only heats when you. I can show it in a bit. Damn, I hate talking about weed when I don't have any, because now I want to fucking smoke. But that's the addiction talking. I don't need it. Every time I stop smoking weed, I'm like, I need it, and then it takes me a day, and then I'm like, I didn't need it that much, clearly. It's just that I've been watching the Olympics lately, and oh my god, the Olympics is what's gonna get me to buy more weed, because I just want to watch everything. I've been so into curling, by the way. I don't know if you guys are hip to curling, but that sport is fucking intense. I also keep fucking up this jump, which is really easy. God damn it. God damn it. Not on demand. Yeah, I have the one, they're called session vapes. I have one session vape, the Mighty, and it's fine. I use it for, just when I'm out and about. But I can show, after this run, I'll show my my setup and I'll explain how it works. But it's really sick. It's on demand. It was really cheap too. Dude, I keep fucking up. This jump is not hard at all. But it's alright. This is the first run of the day, and it's going quite well, honestly. People understate the habit for me. No, totally. That's the biggest issue for me, is that there's no side effects. Or, I mean, not that there's no side effects, but it doesn't impact my work. It doesn't seem to impact my sleep that much. So I just do it all the time. And especially because I work from home, and also, like, I'm creative with, like, videos and stuff. Weed is pretty good for that. Like, you don't need to focus that much. I don't know. So because it has, like, no real downsides for me, it's too easy to do it all the time. And it's so habit forming. And yeah, it's like, what's the line? Like, yes, it's not physiologically addictive, like, say, alcohol or nicotine, which, by the way, I don't use caffeine or nicotine for that reason. But also, it's like, okay, well, it's not physiologically addicting, but if you're still mentally addicted, that's still, your brain's still physiological, Curling is fire. Dude, curling is... Have you been watching the U.S.? Don't spoil the gold medal match, but the fucking U.S.-Italy semifinal match was so tight. It was so close. And, like, curling is so fun to watch, too, because it's like... every single shot is like a full 15 seconds of anticipation. It's like, and they're yelling and shit. They're like, clean, curl, hard, yes, yes. And it's like 20 seconds every single shot. And then after all that buildup, they like knock one stone perfectly. And it's like, fuck yeah, yes, I fucking love curling. But anyway, yeah, I've been watching a lot of Olympics, and I wish I had weed, because it's like, you could just smoke and watch a ton of shit. Oh, you said something about... Wait, did Tash Sultana make Jungle? Yes, I believe she did. Yeah, the Jungle is a really good song. Shit fucking rips. For me, I forgot how to be sleepy or hungry on my own. Interesting. I can understand that, but I had, like, the opposite experience, almost. Curling. I've been watching it sober, and it's been the most exciting. Like, I think I've literally watched every event so far. So I watched like women's big air. I watched just the US hockey. I'm sure the other hockeys were fun too. I watched even some of like the long distance sprints, which I never do. But curling by far has been the most exciting of all of them. I've enjoyed the curling. Like, it's a whole other level. It's crazy. I bet it is amazing when you're stoned too, but everything's better when you're stoned. That's kind of the problem. Work is more fun. Gaming's more fun. Oh, but I was going to say, you said you forgot how to be sleepy or hungry. For me, I have used weed every so often for hunger, but not often. I tend to have a pretty good metabolism. But for me, I would use weed all the time to feel unsleepy. I'm like a sativa main. And so I didn't realize, like, that's primarily what I use weed for, was like managing, like, just getting stimulation no matter what I'm doing, even if it's something boring, and also like giving me energy so that I can stay like awake at night. So once I stopped smoking weed, I'm like, oh my God, I'm just so tired all the time, or I'm just so tired. And then I stopped going to sleep at like 4 a.m. until the Olympics started, and now I'm staying up till 6 so I can watch some of the events live. You forgot how to thermoregulate too? Interesting. So with the Winter Olympics, just not a thing here? Yeah, I guess that makes sense, because you guys don't... Do you guys have much of a winter down there? I wouldn't know. Never been to Australia. I bet it's cool, though. I had the shakes, couldn't eat, couldn't sleep. I mean, dude, an ounce a week is crazy. I mean, not as far as stoners go, but yeah, that's legit. I think because I've always vaped, I've never really done more than like an ounce a month was a lot for me, even at my peak. one place you can snowboard. You've never seen snow except for when you went to Europe. That's crazy. I guess that makes sense. I've always lived in, because even in the U.S., like there's some people I knew from Texas who like moved to where I lived and had never seen snow before. I grew up my whole life in Maryland, which is like halfway-ish, and now I'm in Colorado, which is about the same latitude. This level is kicking my ass. This is definitely the second hardest level of the map, I would say, the double speed shot. Yeah, snowboarding's sick. I snowboard. I haven't had a chance to get to the mountains yet. It hasn't really snowed that much in Colorado, which is unfortunate. Mississippi. In their Little Africa? I don't even know what is Little Africa. And it blizzarded. Yeah. Come on. Damn it, too early. Chinatown but African, okay, yeah. Makes sense. Come on. There we go. Alright, 18 minutes, that's not bad. I feel like we were on good pace and then I was just talking. So okay, the pressure's off. I'm gonna Cameroonian guy, yeah. That's awesome. No, snow's great for like the first day, and then it's annoying and ugly. We hear so much about it, but never see it. Yeah, no, totally. It's cool. You definitely take it for granted. But even here in the States, it's like it feels like we're getting less and less snow. Like Colorado, we didn't get any good snowstorms till January, and usually we get some crazy snow in like October. And even now, it's been like 60 this whole week, which is crazy for here. Up to your hips. Oh, that is crazy. Yeah. Yeah, climate change is intensifying. It's interesting because it's kind of doing it both ways. Like, it's not just, you know, making it hotter across the board. It's like making the weather shifts more intense. Definitely. It's like 103 right now? What the fuck? That is crazy. Oh, wait, because it's, right, sorry. I was thinking that Yazoo said that, not you, because you're on the other side of the earth. The opposite seasons and shit. Okay, wait, but yeah, Straya, baby. Wait, but I was going to tell you guys a story about weed. So probably the second time ever that I got high, this was in college, as, you know, one does, gets high in college. It was the second time I ever got high, but it was probably like the fourth or fifth time that I smoked. And that's important because it's like, well, you'll understand why in a second. So I'd smoked a few times, but I was doing the thing where I like inhaled I just had it in my mouth and then I exhaled it. I didn't pull it into my lungs. So I had like tried to get high before, but it didn't really work because it wasn't going in my lungs. Because it was just like a shitty, you know, little one-hitter piece, or, you know, the piece that everyone has, like the little thing with the thumb hole on the side. I don't know what you call it. Not a pipe, but yeah, I don't know, just a piece. Not a one-hitter either, but you know what I mean. So we went to one of my friends' friends' places off campus. And they had a huge bong, legit like a gigantic bong. Probably, you can't see my bottom hand. Literally probably 3 feet, or 2.5 feet, I don't know. We'll say minimum 2 foot high bong, which is quite large. You definitely do not need a bong that big. And that was important because with the bong, it's way harder to not inhale. And I was still new to the smoking, right? So, I didn't know to pull the stem. So basically, I started pulling, actually, let me back up. The other important context 44C with relative humidity. Why are you using Celsius if you live in Mississippi, bro? 100% relative humidity? Holy shit, bro. That's crazy. Yeah, say what you want about Colorado. I don't like that Colorado's super dry all the time because it makes my skin like old. I don't have a good enough skincare routine, unfortunately. But I prefer 100% dry than 100% humid. That sounds so fucking awful. But anyway, so this bong, this is the second ever time I got high. The first time I got high was also with the bong because you can't like smoke it wrong. Like the smoke has to go into your lungs. Yeah, no, I know how much it is. I do the convert. I just mean like you're an American. You're not using freedom units. So whatever. There's the context. Now, on this particular day, for whatever reason, all of my friends who were actual stoners, all the people in the room were like, bro, let's do a time bomb. Let's do a time bomb. To this day, no one else that I've ever... The fuck even is a kilometer? To this day, no one else has ever referred to a time bomb, so I don't even know if it's a real thing or just something they made up. So I'll explain it. Okay, Yazoo knows. Oh, I gotta disable Nightbot. He's too aggressive on the caps. Yes, okay, so Yazoo knows, and maybe your definition's a little different, but a time bomb is, at the time what we did is like a short layer of flour, then in the middle you put all of the keef from the keef catcher in your grinder, and then another layer of flour on top. And I also remember this time they put a roach in, like a wick almost too, which was pretty funny. Or I think maybe that's part of the definition. I don't know. Like I said, I only did one time bomb ever in my life, and this is the second time I'm getting high, remember. Okay, so given all that context, new to smoking, don't really know how bongs work. The first time I smoked, they had to pull the stem from me. I didn't know how to pull the stem. I didn't know that you had to do that. So I just started inhaling. Yeah, blunt with flour, keef, flour. Okay, that's what it was. It's flour, keef at the middle, flour, and then a blunt. So again, new to smoking, I just start inhaling. This is a 2-foot bong. It starts filling with smoke. I at the time I had no idea of knowing, but I definitely hit the time bomb because there's no way I didn't cash that thing because I just kept inhaling. I wasn't feeling anything. I got good lungs too. My dad plays trumpet. I don't know if that's genetic or whatever. And then finally someone's like, oh, you got to pull the thing. So they pulled it. All the smoke went in my lungs. I literally killed the entire time bomb. And it's also funny retelling this story too, because now that I have good stoner manners, I'm like, oh, I just ruined their time bomb, bro. I chiefed it. So I coughed for literally 10 minutes straight. 10 full minutes. I could not recover my breath because I literally chiefed the entire thing of keef, the whole fucking thing, burnt to a crisp. Okay, and I think they were probably pissed at me, and rightly so. But I was just coughing, drinking water, couldn't stop coughing. Bogart let it burn away. Oh yeah, no, it didn't go to waste. It all went into my lungs, okay? But I'm getting to the best part. So, all that happens, I recover from the cough. I apologize for, destroying their... Because it took 20 minutes to set up that time bomb. There was so much hype in the room, and I was the second person to smoke. There were 8 people in the room. I was the second person, okay? Then, I don't know exactly how long, but a short while later, we were watching something on their TV. Everyone had smoked, whatever. They had to repack it, of course. And we're watching this documentary on the Miami, music festival, whatever it's called. The one in Miami. One of the big, pop music ones. The name is escaping me right now. You guys probably would have heard of it. Oh, I went too far. And so we're just sitting on the couch, chilling, watching this documentary. And it's it's laser light shows, it's whatever. and I feel this sensation start to creep up in my body. I have to stop jumping for this to really do this story justice, okay? Here, I'm actually gonna I'm gonna go full screen. Okay. So I start feeling this feeling. I forget exactly where it starts, but it's like down here. Hold on, I'm drowning on my other screen. I feel like maybe in the center of my chest, my like solar plexus right here. I start feeling like this numbness sensation, and it's like, then it begins to slowly expand. So it's this numb feeling. It's slowly spreading across my chest. It's spreading to my hips. It's spreading up, and I'm feeling it. It's coming up. It's really slow. This is at least 60 seconds from start to finish, and it's coming up. It's up to my shoulders. I'm still sitting still. I'm saying nothing. It gets up to my neck. It gets up to my head. And then I literally lose my vision. I've completely lost my vision. Everything has gone black. Legit. Nothing has ever happened like this to me before. And since then, nothing like this has ever happened. I'm still fully lucid. I'm still, I can hear my friends in the room. They're completely unaware that I've just completely lost all of my vision. It almost feels like when you have pins and needles in your leg when you like take a shit and it lasts too long. It wasn't quite pins and needles. It was like a warmer, kind of fuzzy, almost like anxiety like feeling. And then I start freaking out. I'm like, guys, I can't see anything. I just lost my vision completely. And they didn't believe me. They did not believe me at first. They were like, oh, he's just freaking out. But I'm like, no, I literally can't see anything. My vision is completely gone. They're like, just look, stop and focus on something. I'm like, bro, I can't see shit. And then, that's the story. After about 15 minutes, or I don't know. After a short while, my vision returned, and I was fine, and I was still pretty high and enjoying myself. But yeah, that was crazy. I've never had a weed experience like that since then. Almost sounds like you're trying to go through orthostatic hypotension. Interesting. I feel like I could still feel shit. Like I could definitely hear. I was still talking to my friends, but I could not see anything, and it was fucking terrifying. Yeah, I mean, I'm tall, so that happens to me, the standing up too quick. But this was different because I could feel it coming up from my chest, and it was so slow, and then it felt like my body was filling up with water, and then when it hit my head, it just completely outed me. So yeah, there's my weed story. And what the craziest part is definitely that after my vision returned, I was having a great time. We played some like Super Smash Bros. I won that match in like the funniest way. I still remember it. We were like walking back to our place afterwards. It was so fun. Like, the first few times you get high and you like just are walking around, it's so like it feels so fun. It feels like you're on harder drugs like mushrooms or something. Like it feels like you're tripping. But yeah, since then I've never even come close to something that extreme on weed. Yeah. It was just crazy because I was so, inexperienced too. And even if I was experienced, it's like how many people have experienced something like that? Yeah, a lot closer to like LSD or mushrooms, definitely. The body load definitely felt a lot like mushrooms. But yeah, that's my story. In a similar vein, one of my friends told me about literally the first time ever that he got high, his friend gave him like a 300 milligram edible. I don't know if you guys can imagine that, but that sounds like literal hell on earth. He said he was high for 3 days straight, and I believe it. Like 3 days is getting off easy. If you have never had weed before and you took 300 milligrams, like that couldn't have been fun for more than 60 seconds total over those 3 days. Because I've made, because I vape, I have a bunch of, here, I'll just show you. I have a bunch of AVB. I have a bunch of it. This is like from 1 month, or this is from a few months probably, but this is all AVB. And people will like to say someone who did the same thing. Yeah, 3 days again is getting off easy for sure. If you take 300 mil, I think I took 50 milligrams once on one of my birthdays, and I felt like I was gonna have a heart attack. It was a lot of fun. Like, it felt fun, but I would never do. I don't think I would ever do 50 again, because it was too much. Right now, I just do like 10 because I don't even like edibles that much. But like, I could take 20 and be super high, you know. So there's no reason to take 50. But anyway, what I was saying about the vaped bud is, you know, people will say, make edibles from your vaped bud. And so I did, and not only was the process annoying, but it's like, it's not worth it, because when I vape all the juice out of my shit, and so all that's left is the high temp compounds. And so when you make edibles with it, it's just the sleepy shit, and you don't even feel high. So I like put it on a donut or something like that. I may have just eaten the vape bud straight up, actually, which is kind of gross. But I was, just from that vaped bud, I felt nothing, but then I went to sleep and woke up the next day and I had like a low level headache because I was really high on just those like high level compounds, just the sleepy ones, the high temperature compounds, which tend to be the THC compounds with more like sleepy effects. Yeah, barely any of the spectrum. Exactly. And because I've always vaped whole flower, my tolerance is used to the entourage effect with all this, you know, the full spectrum. I hate distillate carts for the same reason, but it's different. Do you guys sleep decent on weed? I notice whenever I have the worst goddamn sleep. You know, it's interesting. I feel like the reason I don't notice a big difference is because I sleep like shit even when I'm off weed. So like, I'm 2 days sober right now. I had dreams at least one of the last 2 nights. Nothing memorable last night, but I haven't smoked, and I know I had dreams before that, the day before that. So I feel like for me, it's a little bit of a loaded question because I just normally don't sleep great. My problem is I always tend to wake up too early. I always wake up in the morning feeling tired. Like, I always feel like I could use another hour or half an hour of sleep. Yeah, so maybe I'm not the right person to add. But as far as the science goes, what I know is that THC absolutely suppresses dreams, the REM sleep. And that's important. Yeah, don't dream when you're a regular smoker, but the most vivid dreams after you've been drinking. Interesting. Yeah, there's definitely a period where one of my previous tea breaks, when I was smoking more heavily, I definitely had vivid dreams for like a week. This time doesn't seem like I did. There was maybe one vivid dream, and then, like I said, last night I didn't feel much. But that's definitely what weed does as far as science is concerned. So yeah, definitely your sleep quality would go down, most likely, if you're smoking a lot of weed. Yeah, the science is all very fascinating. Yeah, and I don't like alcohol. I definitely feel like I definitely sleep worse, way worse on alcohol, because I'll just wake up early. It'll like spin my metabolism up, and then I'll wake up at like 6 a.m. every time I drink. When I was tripping on acid, that alcohol and psychs counter each other. Interesting. Something about dreaming while you're awake versus dreaming while you're asleep. That sounds like a song lyric, bro. That sounds like some deep ass shit. But yeah, the body is very interesting for sure. And yeah, definitely I've been trying. Sleep is probably the biggest reason why I have not bought more weed yet. Even though I really want to, because like I said, I've been watching a lot of Olympics and I just wish I had something to do. But, you know, sleep is so good for you. I took a sleep class in college. It's really fascinating stuff. Like, science does not currently understand sleep fully. We still don't fully understand the physiological purpose of dreams. But one of the more compelling theories, which is what sleep is just fucking. It's like even the most modern science still does not understand exactly the mechanisms behind sleep and dreams. Yeah, alcohol is legit point. I agree. I hate alcohol. It's like I enjoy it probably about the same amount as weed, in terms of the, the good effects. And in terms of the bad effects, it's not even close. It's like alcohol fucking sucks. It fucks up my stomach. It fucks up my sleep. I get a headache. I get dehydrated. And weed is like the same exact level of enjoyment with no side effects. Like literally none compared to alcohol. So it is crazy to me that, weed is not without its issues, absolutely. But it is crazy to me that, the de facto choice for America is alcohol. And it's like, and only within the last like month has it been rescheduled to Schedule 3. It was Schedule 1. It was up there. I mean, it was up there with cocaine, which also shouldn't have been Schedule 1. But it's up there with like fentanyl shit. Like, it was Schedule 1 till like a month ago, and then Trump signed an executive order. Fuck Trump, but he did make that decision correctly. Also, my run is finished at 38 minutes. Dude, good job. Alcohol lobbies are huge in here. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I guess I just have I only really have an American's perspective. But I mean, yeah, in general, in the world even then, it's like crazy that alcohol is so widespread when it's like it's literal poison. Like the most stoned, like there was a study where it's like people who are stoned drive below the speed limit and people who are drunk drive over the speed limit. Like there's a huge difference. So I don't know. At least it seems like America's moving in the right direction on that front. Yeah, that's true. I mean, especially when it's cultural, for sure. It's hard to regulate that type of thing. All right, I'm gonna do another run. Having fun, just vibing, hanging out. But yeah, so I'm a fan of weed, but definitely it's not without its consequences. And the biggest problem for me, like I said, is just that I have no sense of moderation. It's like if I have weed, I'm just smoking it all the time. And I would, I don't want to give up weed. Usually the way I deal with this type of thing is I'm really good at cold turkeying. Anytime something's problematic in my life, I just cold turkey it. And so that the nuclear option always exists for me with weed. But I genuinely, I smoke weed every day. In terms of how much I would actually need it, I would say I could use it productively once every week or two, like when I'm depressed or when I'm need to be productive for a deadline or something. So obviously I'm smoking a lot more weed than I need, but again, the lack of downsides makes it so easy. Too tired of living in a place where people are drunk all the time. Yeah, especially in Mississippi or any boonies. It's like, what else do you do? It's, we can talk about how bad alcohol is, but it's better than meth. It's a lot better than meth. And those are your two options if you live in a flyover state. I guess maybe fent too, I wouldn't know. Dude, yeah, that's crazy. The driving especially is so bad. I dated a girl a few years ago who was an alcoholic, and she would just she wouldn't tell me anything, which was the biggest problem in the relationship. But it was like, I was talking to her once on the phone, didn't know she was drunk, and she was driving, and she crashed her car into a phone pole while we were on the call. I was like, oh my God. Addiction is some shit, man. The science of addiction is crazy. We don't understand shit about fuck, basically. She walked away fine. It was it was just not a telephone pole. It was like a sign pole, like a speed limit. So it was pretty thin. She just fucked up her tire, and it was it was a wake up call for me because I didn't know that. I didn't even know that she had a drinking problem. She was hiding it from me. So it was more fucked for that reason. She was okay. Cigarettes a lot of people do down here. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah, I mean, it's and at the end of the day, you can't, I'm hard in favor of the government can't mandate what to do. If you want to smoke, you should be able to do it as long as it doesn't affect other people. You know, like you should be able to do whatever you want in your own home as long as it's not abusing children, or, you know, like you can fuck yourself up as much as you want as long as you're not fucking other people up. But yeah, it's I feel like as a species, we are not evolved is maybe the wrong word, because it's not like we actually need to evolve, but it's like the conversation needs to evolve a little bit. So it's tricky because, yeah, it's like, obviously I definitely don't want the government stepping in and telling people what they can and can't do, but also there are people who have problems and they probably should not be allowed to just get publicly like drunk and things of that nature. This kid, basically everyone smoked. You could smoke in the hospital waiting room. Yeah, how old are you, comrade? Yes, are you like, you're like 35 or something, right? I'm guessing, or maybe older. Yeah, smoking used to be 35. Oh, I nailed it. Yeah, smoking used to be super common. Have you guys? I don't know if you guys have seen like the movie Airplane. That's like the only old movie that I actually enjoy watching, so that's my only my only example I can draw from. But it's like, yeah, crazy, you could just smoke on a fucking airplane. You could light up a smoke of fucking yeah, Airplane's a great movie. It still holds up. There's definitely some racist shit in there that, you know, there's definitely some questionable things by today's standards, but it's still really funny. Like the jokes hold up absolutely. This new Fall Out of the Sky. Yeah, just the fact that you could smoke up a cancer stick in a closed box and other people can't do shit about it is ridiculous. Yeah, dude, lobbying has always fucking ruined America. I don't know what the situation is like in other countries, but it's like you know, fucking the GDP is just ruins everything. Like all the lobbying, all the bullshit, I hate it. I hate politics in general, just the system. Yeah, it's the same everywhere, I'm sure. I mean, in Australia, you guys at least have those like extreme, you know, the pictures on the boxes and the extreme taxes, which honestly, I'm fine with that. It's definitely dangerous to talk about politics because it's like everyone's so tribal, you know. It's like by having one opinion on one thing, it also lumps you in with a bunch of other opinions that you may or may not share, and it just all this us versus them bullshit. I don't like it. Prohibition on alcohol, yeah, it's just like, you know, I think education is kind of the key in that, and like education is kind of the nice balance there, because it's like having the government mandate something will never work, and I hate it from a, you know, what's the word? From a, I don't know, from like a game theory perspective. But, you know, people are dying from it, and so I think the only real solution is just educating people better. And honestly, I feel the same way in a lot of ways, a lot of respects about AI stuff, which is why you know, that's kind of the goal of my channel, is like, you know, we're having fun, we're doing cool, like TF2's fun, rocket jumping's fun, but the underlying purpose is like, there's so much misinformation about AI and all these big companies, bro. They're pushing this narrative that AGI, general intelligence, is on the horizon. I'm like, bro, it's not. The shit is fucking stupid still. The shit is stupid. There's so many Super Bowl commercials that were like, yeah, I'm a farmer and I uploaded 100 years of farm documents to ChatGPT, and I'm like, bro, ChatGPT is not even going to do basic math right. You can't even guarantee it'll do basic math right, and you're giving away your family's 100 years worth of fucking data to a totally insecure system that's going to authoritatively tell you something that's 80% correct at best. It's all the same fucking problem. Like, the AI companies are also lobbying the government. It's all. I feel like this conversation took a very demoralizing turn. I'm just yapping. Can we go back to talking about weed, man? Weed is so great compared to AI. Yeah, they're really fancy mirrors. Well, I mean, yeah, depressing world we live in, but it's only depressing if you let it. because the other interesting thing about reality is ultimately it's subjective. You know, people can tell you stuff, and you're obviously there's a host of factors that influence how you feel, including the people around you. But at the end of the day, the only thing that determines the way you feel about something is yourself. You are I don't know what's the word. You're like a spaceship flying through space that can never observe itself. It can only observe the world around it. I don't know. I'm not being very clear. This is basically an LSD thought that I had once upon a time. I was like, wow, it's so crazy that our reality is like you're a little submarine or a spaceship even, that you can't see yourself. You have no concept of yourself. You're only looking out at what's immediately around you. Oh, so close. It's like a mechanical Turk. What's a Turk? Yeah, but LLMs, yeah, I don't really like LLMs. I don't really want to build one. But LLMs are literally just good autocomplete. Like there's no reasoning within them. They are literally just complete the sentence in the way that makes, and complete the sentence with a little bit of random thrown in there. Yeah, Transformers are super overhyped, and it's crazy to me, because it's like, I don't know. AI definitely has some good stuff, but overhyped is definitely the operative word, 100%. Because it's just like, ChatGPT, let it do your homework, and it's like, bro, it doesn't work like that. Presented as a machine that could play chess. Oh, interesting. Interesting. I didn't know that. I feel like I've heard of that concept before, but I didn't know it was called a Turk. But yeah. There's kind of an interesting video I watched recently. It was flawed, but it was by this YouTuber. You guys may have heard of him, Internet of Bugs. And his thesis was that ChatGPT, OpenAI, and what are the other ones, Claude and whatever, are trying to push this narrative that AGI is on the horizon because they want government funding. They want to capitalize on people's fear about AI being so smart that they can get more funding for their giant $500 billion company. And I didn't love I think his reasoning was very flawed in that video, but I generally agree with the overall thesis. So it's fascinating stuff. Absolutely. Made a service called Mechanical Turk. You could send simple problems that need to be solved by humans. Huh. Interesting. Man from the Ottoman Empire. Yeah. So it's all very interesting. It's just, yeah, misinformation is the new resource that kind of drives reality. It used to be, back in the pre-industrial age, it was fucking furs. Furs were the operative currency, and then it was electricity, and now it's the operative resource is attention. I don't know, this shit it's hard to talk in depth about this shit while rocket jumping. Honestly, maybe it's good. It helps me get into my my flow state where I'm not actually actively thinking about rocket jumping. Sent for busting. Oh, wow. Yeah, I suppose that makes sense. I mean, the only problem I have with that is if it's not being, disclosed properly. If people think they're talking to an AI and they're actually talking to a human, that's shitty. All right, peace out, Jacob. Good hanging out, man. Thanks for stopping by. It's been an interesting conversation, for sure. Yeah, exploitation. Be totally, bro, totally. So yeah, I think the best solution for all this shit is just always more education, better education, more awareness in the public consciousness of what AI is the easiest example. So I'll say AI of how it actually works, what actually. Oh, I wonder if I hit that target or not. I did. Heck yeah. Oh, I didn't even start my timer this run. Oh shit. It's not a PB either, but yeah, exactly. So I think that's the ultimate solution to this, because it's like you can't trust the government, even if it wasn't like Trump, you know, even if it was a politician who is saying and doing the right things. The system is still fucked. The system still does not espouse or whatever. It doesn't create the environment that actually makes it. Marketing is just propagate for the private sector. It's public sector, they call it propaganda. Yeah, that's true. I mean, yeah, don't even get me started on the fucking education system, bro. It's like, really? My whole life, I'm basically getting tested on algebra over and over. I got an engineering degree. And even in my fucking senior year, so many of my professors are still I'm losing the majority of my fucking points and grades the whole year on dropping a minus sign, dropping this, dropping that. I'm like, bro, in the real world, we have calculators. We have the internet. We can Google. Like, I was so mad. I took a mechanical design course in senior year, and there's a lot more context I could add. Okay, some of it is important. So, for one, I was in this engineering club, you may have heard of it, called FSAE, which is Formula SAE. It's basically a club where collegiate teams will build a race car. It was so cool. Literally, one of the best experiences of my life was being on that engineering team and learning, because I learned so much about actual design, about how important it is to test things, about how to design for manufacturing, how to design for performance, for weight, because it's a race car, all this shit. And so by the time, oh, nice. Oh, that's awesome. And he works in racing now? That's crazy. I feel like I got my fill of racing, and it's a stressful career for sure. Not that my current career is, you know, that much different. Yeah, that's cool. That's awesome. Definitely. I knew a guy too who at least for some period of time, worked in racing. But yeah, the hours those guys pull is insane. You can't do it unless you love it. So I enjoyed it a lot for what it was in college, definitely. As a driver, oh cool, nice. I was always on the engineering side. But anyway, that's a whole other tangent. But I was already deep into this club by the time I was in senior. I'd been doing it for all 4 years. So I learned all this actual practical useful stuff 100 times more than the practical information I learned in school. It's like as a mechanical engineer, it's like the first year and a half to 2 years of curriculum is super useful stuff. It's like all 3D vectors and like general math concepts and moments and shit like that. Real fundamental type shit, you know. And then after that, it's all specialist stuff that you never use again. Specialized shit like heat transfer, thermo, or whatnot. Stuff that's good to know, but, you know, the majority of the coursework is all specifics on how to solve specific problems. And if you don't go into those fields, you never use it. But again, I'm tangenting. So anyway, I get to this senior level mechanical design class. The class is named Mechanical Design. The whole semester we learn about stuff like how do you design a gear? How do you design like a box or a spring? And so it was just a bunch of these equations for different manners of physical contraptions. And we get to the final exam. Also, this final exam was very unfortunate for me because I got really unlucky and I had two finals on the same day. Yeah, gears are crazy because it's like the equations only get you so far, but then you need to, like, even the most robust equation in the world, you have to test it. You have to validate it under real world loads. I worked for a car company. This is a lesson I learned later after college because I worked for Ford for a few years. And it's like, it was crazy to me at the time that this probably billion-dollar company, I actually don't know how big Ford is. I mean, Ford is, you know, one of the big three automakers, obviously. Massive company, like 20,000 employees just in their main campus, let alone all across the world and shit. And even them, who make so much money, and they spend literally millions every year paying Indian people to to like mesh, to put meshes on their parts so they can run expensive computer simulations. They invest all this time and money into simulations, and at the end of the day, you can't trust the simulation. You have to validate it. There is simply no option but to validate the simulation. Real world is always king. But anyway, I'm digressing again. What I wanted to say about this mechanical design class is the fucking professor, like, oh my god, I'm still so mad about it. I'm trying to keep it light for the sake of the story, but we had a final and he provided an equation sheet, right? So one would think, oh, it's got all the equations we need on it. No, of course it doesn't. It had maybe half of the formulas that we learned the whole year, and of course the other half were the ones we're being tested on. So it's like, let's think about this. What are you actually testing me on? I'm being tested on my memorization skills. That is what is determining my final grade. The final exam was like 40% of my fucking grade. It was so annoying. It was so fucking annoying. And I didn't finish saying this earlier, but I had 2 exams on that day. And they're like 2-hour exams and every 2.5 hours. So I had an exam at 8:30 a.m. and I think it was open note. So I basically, and this was my fault, but I stayed up the whole night preparing for that exam. Even if I hadn't stayed up the whole night, it's crazy that I had to fucking get up at 8. And then my mechanical design final was at 10:30. So I did pretty well on my first final on no sleep somehow. And then I get to the mechanical design final, and it's like, I'm being tested on memorization for these equations that I could just fucking look up, bro. It's like, why is this the criteria for my success? I can out mechanical design every fucking person in the room, including the professor. And I can do that because experience is king. I can do it because I have the experience, not because I memorized some fucking equations, bro. And like, let's say even if long story short, I failed that exam. I got like a D. Shit, which course did I just finish? That was E. Okay. But it's like, even if I did remember the formulas, then what's the next thing I'm being tested on? I'm being tested on my algebra. Bro, I've been getting tested on algebra since I was in fucking middle school. Like, that's what's, if we think about what is actually determining my grade in any of these situations, it's the fucking algebra. It's the memorization. It's like, shouldn't I just be able to understand, like in the real world, I just need to understand enough about how the problem works, and then I can just look up the equation, you know? Like, the state of schooling is ridiculous. And obviously, you know, these classes are being taught by professors who are there to do research. They're not people, 99% of them have never worked in the industry, you know? Like, they're doing high-level theoretical shit, you know, whatever. I'm not going to bunch them all together. Like, obviously, they're very smart people, but sometimes, literally, sometimes some of the smartest people are the most stupid. You know the old saying? I know lots of old sayings about engineering, but which one are you talking about? Can I save it? No. Those who can, yeah, exactly, that one. Totally. So, like, because I was part of this, the FSA club, we had this giant, very expensive, nice CNC milling machine, so we could make our uprates and shit, which was awesome. But because it was we basically had to use it, we had to we had to machine stuff for like grad students, you know, and it was like across the board. Every single grad student that tried to bring a part had no idea how to design it for manufacturing. All their shit was fucking stupidly designed, nearly impossible to manufacture, and needlessly complicated. And it's like, bro, we can tell, like, it was so consistent that it's not even like a joke or a dig. It's like, literally, grad students have no idea how to design anything because they have no practical real world experience. Real world is the only actual requirement for being good at something. Yeah, exactly. It's like, if you can work in field, why would you be teaching? And you know, I have had some really good teachers over the years. Probably one of my favorite teachers was like my 5th grade math teacher. You know, when it's really fundamental, yeah, those guys are awesome. To know it takes a mile of theory to buy you an inch of practice. Interesting. I've never heard that one before. There were a bunch of also as part of the racing club, we had printed out these rules called, I think they were called Kepler's laws. I'm gonna look them up after this run. This is the last course. I might be forgetting his name, but it was a guy who worked for NASA for 30 years, and he had all these very practical, awesome rules, and I still quote them to this day. There was one that was like, my favorite one is, schedules only move in one direction. I'm like, yes, that's so wise. Timelines never move, they never finish early, they only ever move backwards, you know. And that has a lot to do with human psychology as well. There's fascinating stuff there. What were some other ones? But yeah, just like, you know, practical knowledge always beats theory. Okay, I won't say always, I'm not going to generalize like that, but it's like practical knowledge is so underemphasized in school. It's honestly insane. It's actually genuinely insane. I had to coordinate things, and some of my peakest moments were moving things because we were able to accelerate the schedule. Yeah, no, that's crazy. That's a high you'll ride forever, bro. We finished the project ahead of schedule. Me, when I wasn't able to get Francis working today because I started working on him on Friday. But yeah, it's hard to say this without sounding like tinfoil hatty, but genuinely, school is not meant to get you, like, the purpose of school is not to improve people's critical thinking. It's to make them better at being able to get work done, and like, you know, basically it's perfect for people to be like worker ants and middle management. It's not good for teaching anyone how to be an entrepreneur, how to think on their own and be independent. Like, those are not the skills you learn in school. You learn how to put your head down and memorize the material and learn it well enough to do it on a test. Whew, that was a rant. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna look them up. Whatever the name of the laws were. I don't think it was Kepler's laws, because that's the orbital geometry. But I think it did start with a K. Laws, NASA, engineering. Atkins laws of spacecraft design? Yeah. Yes, this guy. It was Akin. Here, I'll show it. Yeah, I know. The government funds it to support a purpose that pertains to political economy. Yeah, no, totally. And yeah, exactly. No, you get it. Because it's like, and it makes sense too. It's not like a tinfoil, oh, they're trying to make us stupider. It's like, no, the economy does need a bunch of compliant workers. The majority of jobs in the US are positions managed by middle managers, where you just have to do what you're told and, you know, be the cog in the machine. And if that works for people, that's fine, but it's never worked for me. So here are the laws. I'll just read them because it's been a while. It's been long enough for me, even though it's like 45 laws. Engineering is done with numbers. Analysis without numbers is only an opinion. Yeah, I would say it's not even analysis. This guy here, this is Akin. He I've been involved with spacecraft space systems design for my entire career. It's like 35 years of experience. Also, shout out to the University of Maryland. That was my my college. Timing people's bathroom breaks. There's another law. I don't think it wasn't one of these laws. I think it was named after someone else. But there's a principle where this was something my Calc 2 teacher in high school told us. And if you think about what does it take to get promoted, you have to be good at a job, right? So when do people stop getting promoted? When they stop being good at their job. So what does that mean? That every person who ends up in middle management and stays there is bad at it. Because if they were better at middle management, they would have moved up to an executive position. You know, they would move up. Yeah, promoted a level of competence. Definitely. Which is funny. To design a spacecraft right takes an infinite amount of effort. That's why it's a good idea to design them to operate when some things are wrong. Indeed. Design is an iterative process. The necessary number of iterations is one more than the number you currently have done. This is true at any point of time. You see what I mean? These laws are like actual wisdom. Your best design efforts will inevitably wind up being useless in the final design. Learn to live with disappointment. True. 3 points determine a curve. Everything is linear if plotted log with a fat magic marker. That's, damn, it's been a while since I read these. That one I just unlocked new levels of wisdom with, because I watched there's like a Veritasium video about like the power law. And they're like, whoa, if you plot it on the log scale, it becomes linear. I'm like, doesn't everything do that? Now it all makes sense. At the start of any design effort, the person who most wants to be team leader is least likely to be capable of it. Oh, he's spitting facts. Oh my God. The wisdom on this man. In nature, the optimum is almost always in the middle somewhere. Distrust assertions that the optimum is at an extreme point. This one's fascinating because I haven't experienced it that much in an engineering context. I think this is something people need to understand about like opinions about anything, you know, like, because this is how I feel. Anyone who tells me something extremely confident, I'm instantly suspicious of. That's also why I hate ChatGPT, and I never like talking to ChatGPT. But I've had friends too. Again, I think this ties back into like the smartest people are the stupidest thing. It's like up to a certain point, the smarter you get, the easier it is to like feed, you know, self-reinforced bullshit and like to be able to explain yourself out of anything. And cognitive bias is a real thing. So something that I say all the time to myself is like, the smartest thing you can do is accept that you and everyone else on the planet is stupid. That's the smartest thing you can do, because then you are not like, there's some of the smartest people I've talked to it's so frustrating to talk to them because they just like refuse to be wrong. And ultimately you can argue your way out of any position, no matter how indefensible. In the 6th grade, I was instrumental in winning a class debate about why global warming isn't real. Like, you know, like you can, there's enough evidence about anything that you could draw, you know, shit about. And I guess that's kind of what we're seeing more in the political climate too. It doesn't matter what people say about, let's say, Trump, because he's the poster boy. Doesn't matter what they say about him, you can wiggle out of it every time, because you can wiggle out of anything. So the smartest thing you can do is actually listen to people and not have this extreme preformed opinion. Yeah, it's crazy. Anyway, not having all the information you need is never a satisfactory excuse for not starting the analysis. It's good engineering stuff. When in doubt, estimate. In an emergency, guess. But be sure to go back and clean up the mess when the real numbers come along. A lot of this is just, I mean, not every single one of these is like a one-liner banger, but I do love engineering, and these are really good engineering points. Yeah, I live in a fast shithole, and you can't argue about it. Yeah, facts don't matter. Down here, yeah, I bet it's tricky living in a more conservative thing. I have some like distant cousins who are like, and it's just like, it does suck to feel like you can have no power about how to influence someone. Like, not influence in a bad way, but like have a conversation with someone and actually influence their opinions. But again, it goes both ways, and I think, you know, one of the things that I'm most critical of the liberal side is like they like ratchet up the, what's the word? They escalate the disagreement. Like you're making it even harder to convince people on the other side when you're like, oh, you're a piece of shit. And it's like, well, maybe you just grew up in a red state and that's the environment you've been in your whole life. So I don't know. It's definitely we've always been authoritarian, definitely, but it definitely feels like it's become a lot more polarized. Like the level of disagreement has gone up, even though nothing is actually different. The discourse has got more divisive, even though the issues remain the same. Loyalty checking you, yeah, that sounds tough. I don't know how I would deal with that, because it's kind of the same thing too. Like you get loyalty checked for being a liberal too. It's like I have some moderate views. Like I would say I'm in favor of smaller government, but like if I say that and nothing else, you're like, oh, is he conservative? Is he a libertarian? It's like, no, I'm definitely much more liberal, but it's this natural desire. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. The methodology and process of disagreement has definitely been different. Yeah, and it's like you get people like to lump everyone into groups even more than before, it seems. Yeah, it's crazy. But like Aiken says, sometimes the fastest way to get to the end is throw everything out and start over. Let's throw out America. Let's build it up again. Brilliant. There's never a single right solution. There are always multiple wrong ones, though. This is wise. I like that. I'm glad I'm reading through these again. I feel like these are you can apply most of the lessons to life in general. Design is based on requirements. No justification for designing something better than the requirements. That's straight engineering bars. Edison's law. Better is the enemy of good. Yeah, I like this one. This is something that I need to work. The way I've heard it is perfect is the enemy of good enough. I think that's the version of it that I need to hear personally. Because I'm definitely a perfectionist. But yeah, exactly. I mean, there's artistic reasons. Like I would say that's kind of where I'm at with my main channel, where I just like want to edit it so perfect and everything. But I have already accepted that it's not for, like, I'm not under any false pretenses that like, oh, I need to edit every second of my video perfectly so it does well. It's like, no, I'm doing it because I enjoy it. I enjoy editing and I enjoy like trying to be perfect, even though it's ultimately futile. One word caption slop. Yeah, I know. And it is frustrating. But I'm glad, I'm happy with the direction of the expanded, the second channel. And it's been a little bit of a shift to go from like not streaming at all to streaming once a week. It's been a little bit stressful for me, but it's fun. Like I think this week in particular, it was like I was working on this technical thing the whole week. I was gonna do Francis 1v1, and then I was like, it's stressful. Well, why can't I just do something else? Oh, hey, how about try TF2 Classified, free content? And I'm glad I did because it was nice and chilled out. And then I'm also really enjoying this the rocket jumping and the yapping. But yeah, definitely it's the engineering mindset, like you're designing to a requirement. Yeah, and we only have so much energy. The jump course, yeah, no, it's fun. I'm getting better. I definitely have to figure out how to. I've always been bad at multitasking, and I feel like I'm enjoying reading the chat so much that I'm stopping to read it, and I wouldn't change that. But if I want to beat the record, I do have to lock in at some point. But not today. Today's just practice. The ability to improve a design occurs primarily at the interfaces. This is the prime location for screwing up. That is fucking bars. Anytime anything breaks, it's at the interfaces. He's underselling it. The interfaces are like 99% of the time where shit breaks. That's where Francis goes wrong, because the server interface, exactly, you're already there. You got we're on the same wavelength, bro. That's exactly what it is. It's like my program works great if it's just within its own little contained box, but as soon as I start to add people and I'm bringing it on a server and it's Linux and it's all the interfaces, absolutely. The previous people who did a similar analysis did not have a direct pipeline to the wisdom of the ages. There's no reason to believe their analysis over yours, especially no reason to present their analysis as yours. Exactly. It's each system individually is fine, but when you put them together, that's where all the shit goes wrong. And in fact, that was one of the more useful engineering techniques I learned later in like junior year. Senior year is like fishbone failure diagrams and shit like that, where you really break apart every single interface and every single subsystem, and then for each one you list out, here's every possible thing that could go wrong. And if you think about it, that's actually a really simple way to do it. The real lesson there is that you need to do that. Even if you're a great engineer, what makes you a great engineer is checking your work, you know. The fact that analysis appears in print has no relationship to the likelihood of being correct. Yep. Modularity. Yeah. Modularity is what really makes it tricky. And in fact, that's what slows down a lot of the development on the code for Francis, is that I feel like I am a pretty solid designer, so I can take on that extra difficulty with making it modular. It's still not super modular, but the difficulty of making it modular like 10x is the amount of effort involved, because I'm designing it for you're basically widening the field of requirements infinitely, and that's what makes it so much harder to engineer. Yep. And my dad tells me shit like that all the time. He works for the government, doing some government, not an agency, like a contractor or something, but he's doing code. And it's like, he can't tell me specifics about the project, but is like, you know, they're dealing with decades old code bases and trying to simulate it or trying to modularize it. And every, you know, different group or person within the company that has a stake in it wants something different. They want, this person wants modular, this person wants performance, and they want compute speed. And yeah. But I mean, I kind of love it too, because I really do love the engineering process, and when it gets difficult and wide open, I feel like that's when I can, that's what I'm really good at, is like taking super complicated systems and being able to streamline them. Not quickly, but being able to navigate that, I think, is one of my big strengths. Past experience is excellent providing a reality check. Too much reality can doom an otherwise worthwhile design. Yeah, interesting. The odds are greatly against you being immensely smarter than everyone else in the field. If your analysis says terminal velocity is twice the speed of light, you may have invented warp drive, but the chances are a lot better you've screwed up. This is one of the other laws that I quote all the time. This is one of the ones that really stuck in my mind. Aspect-oriented programming. Interesting. So basically, I haven't heard of that phrase before. So I mean, it's still modular, but you're saying the difference is the stringency of the design to keep each concern in its own aspect. That's fascinating. Yeah, and definitely all this shit seems, I'm coming at this from a mechanical engineering background, where it's a lot easier to visualize which subsystem does what. And I bet that becomes a lot more important for something like code, where it's just like, it's all code. Entry points in the core business and aspects plug into it. Yeah, so it is modular, but it's like a more structured modularity, which makes sense. But this law, this might be the best law on the list. Just think about it for a second. A bad design with a good presentation is doomed eventually. A good design with a bad presentation is doomed immediately. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Yeah, but this is really fascinating, and it's also been a great lesson to remember for me, because YouTube is very much like that. Like Doesn't matter what I build, if the thumbnail is crap and the concept of the video is crap, it's not going to get views. Doesn't matter how cool the technical project is, you have to sell it. And unfortunately, most things in life, the whole world is capitalist. Even if it wasn't, it would still matter. But yeah, the advertising of an idea is a lot more important than the actual execution of the idea, at least immediately. Here you go. I didn't even remember this one, but this perfectly backs up what we were talking about earlier. Half of everything you hear in a classroom is crap. Education is figuring out which half is which. And I've also heard this law applied specifically to advertising, where it's like half of your advertising budget is wasted, and the hard part is figuring out which half is the waste. When in doubt, document. The schedule you develop will seem like a complete work of fiction up until the time your customer fires you for not meeting it. If only you believe in it, it's someone's weird belief. If everyone believes it, it's ideology. Yeah, it's interesting. It's called a work breakdown structure because the work remaining will grow until you have a breakdown, unless you enforce some structure. Part of good project management, making everyone believe it. Yeah, interesting. I did do a little bit of project management in FSE, and it was hard. It was very difficult. Definitely. It's like one of those things where it's like I love the challenge of it because the engineer's brain, but in terms of solvable, like making shit solvable, humans are so complex, bro. It's so hard to motivate people, especially if they don't want to be motivated. And it was also, I mean, yeah, again, this is why it made it such a great experience, because it's like I was managing this team of, say, 60 people. I became the project manager in my senior year, and I also ended up having to do the chief design engineer role as well, but that's separate. But it's like, it's really hard to manage people when they're volunteers. Like, we have all this work that needs to get done. We have this car, we have this deadline. We have to test this shit before May. We always say we'll build the car and have it done by January, but it's always April and we're always rushing. So it's like, in a normal company, if someone's really slacking, you could just fucking fire them or there are consequences. But if they're a volunteer and they said they'll do something and then they're not, it's like, what do you do? Right. Yeah. It becomes super inefficient. Because and also within two people, usually not within two people, but if any more than two people and all of a sudden one person is doing 80% of the work and the other two are supporting, Following a testing failure, it's always possible to refine the analysis to show that you had negative margins all along. This is, again, same thing where it's like testing is king. Nothing beats testing. Schedules only move in one direction. Yep. Ain't no such thing as a free launch. A lot of more of these than I remember were just wordplay, which is funny. Volunteer stuff in politics. Collective criticism. Yeah, that's a good point. Definitely. I've used that before. One of our powertrain sub team skipped out on a deadline and I kind of shamed them in front of everyone at the meeting. I don't know. Every approach has positives and negatives. There's no like you said, there's no one right answer, but there are plenty of wrong ones. To get an accurate estimate of final program, multiply initial time estimates by pi and slide the decimal point on the cost one place to the right. With questions and statements, sure, that's a good point. Totally. Yeah, I could see that. I actually not that I disagree with this, but I actually would say do more than pi. The way I think about it is double your time for the knowns taking twice as long as you expect, and then double it again to 4 for all the unknowns. Rather than 3.14, I'd say go for 4. And sometimes, a lot of the times, I still find myself where 4 is not enough, and I still overshoot by a billion. If you want to have a maximum effect on the design of a new engineering system, learn to draw. Interesting. Can't get to the moon by climbing successfully taller trees. When the hardware is working perfectly, the really important visitors don't show up. That's funny. A good plan violently executed now is better than a perfect plan next week. Heck yeah, I like that one. That one is, that one has not stuck in my brain, and I feel like it should. If you're an astrophysics Pies 4. Wait, really? Huh. I like this a lot. This actually gives me a lot of, this is a good, like, this is good ammo for my, like, for doing these streams, basically. It's like, I've been wanting to stream for a while, but, you know, busy, and it takes a lot of effort to do the main channel video. But I was like, fuck it, it's a new year, the ad rev is down, now is the perfect time to start actually streaming. And yeah, it's like, I'm definitely very susceptible to analysis paralysis. Oh, being within an AU. Oh, I see. Got it. Do what you can where you are with what you have. Yeah, based. Designer knows they have achieved perfection, not when there's nothing left to add, but when there's nothing left to take away. Yeah, I could see it. It's funny. Oh, I like this one a lot. This is another one that's stuck in my brain that I still struggle to actually follow. Any run-of-the-mill engineer can design something elegant. A good engineer designs systems to be efficient. A great engineer designs them to be effective. And yeah, it's like, totally. It's hard to, because I actually love elegance and I love perfection. Like, I really admire that in systems that I see. So it's hard to not want to emulate it. But it goes back to the same thing of like, it's so hard just to even hit the requirements well. So much harder than people give it credit for, that it's too easy to get caught up on this other bullshit, being elegant, being efficient, when really all it has to do is just work. One key to success in a mission is establishing clear lines of blame. I like that. Capabilities drive requirements, regardless of what system engineering textbooks say. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I appreciate that too, especially given time constraints or whatever. I watch William Osman. I appreciate it. I just, me personally, what I love working on is like the perfectionism, but that comes at odds with, being able to do this full time. The 3 keys to keeping a new human space program affordable and on schedule. No new launch vehicles. Whatever you do, please, no new launch vehicles. Yeah. You can't make it better until you make it work. Ooh, that's good. That one's easy to remember too. Can't make it better until you make it work. Bars. This one's good. There's never enough time to do it right, but somehow there's always enough time to do it over. Indeed. If there's not a flight program, some of these are space program specific, but whatever. You really understand something the third time you see it or the first time you teach it. Ooh, that's actually another one. Yeah, 41's really good. That's a good one. Plenty of time becomes not enough time in a very short time. Indeed. Yep. Yeah, shout out to this guy. We had this shit printed out and posted it in our FSE design studio. And yeah, it's crazy that I can read it not even 5 years. How long has it been since college? Shit. Oh God. Oh, it's been 8 years since I graduated. Oh, I'm old. Oh. Anyway, this law brought up something else that I'm just gonna bring up while I'm thinking about it. But this is something I only realized recently when I was finding something for one of my last videos. It appears for like a frame in my video. But it's crazy to me that I've never seen this pyramid before, and it's so simple, and it seems like very well researched. Yep, yeah, space does seem like a really difficult environment to engineer with. Can you imagine, if you ever watched the movie Apollo 13, they're fucking slamming on the slide rulers and shit. I'm like, bro, they designed a spaceship with analog fucking tools. What the fuck is that? Anyway, this pyramid is crazy. Oh, no, I don't want to watch a YouTube video. This pyramid's crazy because you can see there's a bunch of pyramids and they're all the same because it's like a very well-researched phenomenon. But if we look at what are the average learning retention rates, lecture, 5%. Lecture is 5%, bro. And yet 99% of every college course you'll ever take is lecture. It's ridiculous. Reading 10%, that's barely better. Audio visual 20%, that's still nothing. Demonstration That's more engaging, but retention sucks. And then it's like, okay, discussion group, we're finally starting to get somewhere. Because again, it's you're actually interacting. Practice by doing 70%. And then it's crazy that teaching is even better than practice by doing. Yeah, no, totally. This is actually a lesson that I learned from doing martial arts, actually. My sensei at the time would always say this, not in a like, oh, teaching is, like he would be like, teaching is the best way to learn. And I'm like, oh, that's true. But it like, no, actually, scientifically, it's been proven it is the best way. And I think it's because it's like, not only do you have to understand the concepts, you have to understand it well enough that you can adapt it and teach someone who is starting from a completely different frame of reference. Versus practice by doing, which to me was always the way I learned best, is like you only have to learn it well enough for you to know it. So you don't know, maybe there's some holes or gaps that happen to not matter in your knowledge. But when you teach someone else, it's like you have to account for all that. Anyway, that was quite the rant, wasn't it? I'm going to, I guess I'll just leave this out. I have to pee, but I'm down to do one more rocket jump run. Damn, it's 1 a.m. I've been streaming for 4 hours. Yeah, so let me pee, and then I feel another good run in me, so I don't want to quit on the rocket jump just yet, but I will be right back. All right, let's do at least another run. I'm feeling good today. And I also kind of annoyed that I didn't start the timer last time. Ooh, I got an item. Hi, Big Road 68. How are you? We are trying to get top 100 on this rocket jump map. I don't think it'll happen today, but maybe it will. Well, not with that start. Good, glad to hear it. I'm also doing good. It's been a fun stream so far. We've just been yapping. I've been rocket jumping. Made some content earlier. And the rocket jumps are feeling good so far. So let's see if I can't PB. I think my PB is like 23 minutes. But the time we're trying to beat is 12.5 minutes. Which is pretty tough to just expect. But like I said, been jumping pretty well today. You never know. Things could just come together. Stars could just align. Pretty clean A course. Shit. I don't know why sometimes it feels like the hardest jumps for me are just regular basic rocket jumps straight up. I never seem to get quite enough height sometimes. Might just be a timing issue or I don't know what. Let's try the fast strat. Maybe. I'm not sure. Oh, so close. Darn. Can't save it. Damn, it's a big time loss. I'll go for it again. Why not? We're just trying to train today. I don't think this is a... Okay, never mind. I don't think that's a real... real contender. I think the last time I streamed this, I was just like feeling the pressure. I was like assuming I could get it done in one stream, which was a little arrogant, not gonna lie. But yeah, it was like I was putting a lot of pressure on myself. And then today I just feel very relaxed because I'm not, well, as I say that I fuck up the easy level, but yeah, just taking the pressure off makes it so much easier to rocket jump. Who would have thought? I've been watching a lot of the Olympics. It's crazy to me how all these athletes can just like perform at the highest level under pressure. Like that's the hardest part. Like it's one thing to be really good at snowboarding or skiing or whatever, but when it's like a high pressure situation, I feel like I always tend to choke. Like I got to work on my mental resilience or something. Damn, that's close. Because for me to beat this time, I have to pretty much no fail it. Well, not no fail it, but like shit. All right, no more fast strat. I said I was gonna give it up last time because I keep wasting attempts like that. All right, that's the last reset. I'm not gonna reset this one. We're just gonna go all the way. Fuck. All right, legit. This is the last one, I promise. And by doing that, by saying I'm not going to reset, it's another attempt to take the pressure off. The regen didn't work there. That was annoying. But yeah, it's just a matter of getting better at the map, getting more comfortable. And then the speed will come. Another thing we were talking about, I was in a racing team in college. Another thing is like slow is smooth and smooth is fast. So it's like you kind of have to flip the dynamic on its head. Because if you try to go fast, you're gonna jerk around. You're gonna be not smooth. And yeah, all I have to do is be smooth. I know this map well. Just a matter of putting the reps in, getting good enough at it, and then just getting the one run where it all comes together. Yeah, hurry up and wait. Nice. Yeah, definitely I was just really stressed last time I streamed this. But I do want to, I mean, that's another skill I do want to work on. I want to, like, I play Melee too. I haven't played competitively in like shoot, I messed it up. I haven't played competitively in probably like a year. I still really love the game and I'm still pretty good at it. But I've never been good at the like, you know, it's like Melee is a really hard game. Your execution always suffers in tournament because obviously there's higher stakes. And you know, even the best athletes in the world, they still feel the nerves. It's just they're a lot better at managing it. It's a skill like anything else that can be improved. So I do want to improve that skill, but for the time being, we're just hanging out. I'm not expecting to PB or not expecting to beat the top 100 time here. Everything's compiling. Take everything. Shot that one a little high, but it's all right. I shot myself a little high, then a little too low. Yeah, I mean, because I don't have to hit all the speed strats to win this run. Really what it is I just need to make very few mistakes. I could, like the last time on stream when I streamt this, we watched the 100th record, and the guy literally stood still for like 10 seconds at a time at certain points in the run. It was more so that he was just relaxed and he didn't make any mistakes really. So all I have to do is just the same thing. I definitely can do it. This is probably my most played map because I don't rocket jump that much anymore, but in college, certainly in freshman year, I would just rocket jump all the time. I actually held a world record for like 24 hours. It was a little bit fraudulent, but I was decent for sure. Well, come on. I forgot what I was going to say. But yeah, I've got all that latent muscle memory. It's just just a matter of bringing out the best in myself, you know? Damn. Keep getting cucked on this level, though. Okay. Speed strats? Almost. Shit. Okay, I saved it. Almost went way too high. I feel like that level is a really good example of hurry up and wait, because you have to manage the regen. So even though there was like, you know, a period of like 2 or 3 seconds where I'm not shooting a rocket, it's way slower if you try to shoot another rocket and speed that up there. You need the reload to go through. And so when I was first learning this map, that was really hard for me to, because I was like, oh, I'm trying to go fast. I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to do that. But it's like, actually, it's faster if you just relax a little bit. It's literally faster. Oh, do I get the speed strat? Good enough. Nice. That was pretty clean. Oh. Oh, nice. I did not expect to make that. You're gonna bounce? Yeah, I enjoyed hanging out too. Thanks for stopping by, Mr. Yazoo. We will be back. Definitely, I keep saying next week, but this time for sure next week. Francis, the return on the Yazoo server. Oh, I'm a little slow. I fucked up. Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. Take care. Take care. Fast strat? Okay. Kind of. Whoops. All right, hardest level of the map. Can I first try it? I'm kind of fucking up, but it's not over yet. Yes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Come on. I'm a little high. Yeah. I need to go lower on the wall. Damn, I wall pogoed too well. I gained too much height. It's annoying. A little bit lower still. Oh shit, that's too low. Fuck. This level definitely is a big time sink. You kind of just have to nail it first try, because otherwise it's like 30 seconds of wall pogoing for nothing. Oh, no way I saved this one. What the heck? Whoa, that went so low. Heck yeah. Oh, I'm stoked on that. And I fucked it up. God damn it. I got too excited. I'm definitely getting way better at wall pogo. The first day I tried this, I could barely do this level. The first day back, I mean. I feel a lot more comfortable. Like, I just saved that one. That was doomed last week. Shit, I'm going too high again, though. Let's go. For me. Darn. Damn, the hard part is definitely managing my focus. I was really invested in the one try. Now that I messed it up, I don't care. Oh wait, I'm only on 9 minutes. This is almost doable still. I could definitely PB. I would like to get a PB today to show that I improved rather than just saying I did. Oh, come on. Come on, come on, come on. Yes. Oh, no. I don't know why I'm so bad at just the horizontal wall traversal. I keep losing way too much height. Barely saved it there, though. That was nice. All right, we're through. That was pretty good. It's only like 3 tries, but it was like 3 full minutes on that level, it feels like. Nice, first try. We like that. I almost clipped the edge there, but we're good. Ooh, that was a nice long jump. Heck yeah. Okay, not bad. Wish I got that one a little cleaner, but it's fine. The real-time sync is the next level after this. That was close. In my head. Backup strat. Oh no way, I got that. I'm just so low speed because of the speed shot was so far back and so high. There we go. Nice. I'm getting better at shooting the targets too. In the past, I would always just slow way down on the ramp. But now I'm able to get it without slowing down much at all, if any. It's crazy how you can like, because I spent like 3-4 hours maybe last week rocket jumping, and it was just like so bad, so consistently bad. And now all that's changed is I just took a week off. You know, I haven't rocket jumped at all since then, but it's really interesting how the human brain just loves to improve at things like in your sleep. Like that's a real thing. You genuinely do get better at stuff if you sleep on it. That's why sleep on it is like a real phrase, you know. As I say that, I'm fucking up, but it's to be expected. I'm aiming too low on the wall. There we go. So sometimes you don't even need to do anything different. You just gotta, you know, put the time in, and then also taking breaks is genuinely really good for getting better at stuff. Especially sleep. Sleep is magic. Little early, little late. Okay. Very nice. Almost first try. I think I was maybe two or three frames off there. Again, maybe 2 frames, but early this time. Early again. Late. Surprised that worked. I felt like I shot too far in front of myself, but it worked. Shoot. Misjudged that a little bit. Oh, wow. I'm a little low speed, yeah. This should be better. Oh, damn. Oh, is my title still trying Team Fortress 4? Oh well, I'm gonna end soon, but I should change it to trying to get top 100 on this map, so people know. Damn, these ramp bugs keep getting stolen. I gotta start from the back wall, I forgot. This is one of my least favorite levels on the map. It's fine once you know what to do, but it feels like it's designed purposefully like awkward. The spacing is not right. You have to shoot off the back wall, or you just feels way harder to do it from where you actually spawn. 17 minutes. This is a pretty good pace. My PB again is like 23, 24 minutes. I'm not sure. So if I can get through this without failing, I can PB. Oh, I didn't have regen. Shoot. Oh, I jumped too well. Hate that. Damn it, I did it again. I either need a better jump or a worse jump, but that exact speed doesn't work. Here we go. Oh, shoot, I screwed it up again. I'm getting nervous. It's because I want a PB. There we go. Darn. Shoot, I jumped too low. Oh, the second I say, oh, I'm going to PB, I let the pressure get back on me, and I just start missing. But yeah, I don't want to end till I PB. And this one's so close. I've been jumping well all day. I just gotta... Oh, a little low on that last pogo. Why did I do that? Oh wait, no, this is still fat PB. I wonder if I could do that while moving faster. Oh, I missed. All right, there we go. I mean, there we go. 21-27, that is an improvement. But I'm not satisfied. I'm going to do one more. I can definitely do better. I mean, obviously I can do better, but I can do better tonight. Unless I don't get regen. Oh, and then I Linux bug. Or texture bug. Let's just restart that. You're gonna bounce. Well, thanks for hanging out. It wasn't very long, but our time together was sweet. Big Road 68. Be sure to follow if you're not. I need more followers so I can get affiliate. So I can do fun stuff like have predictions and stuff like that. But take care. Have a good one. Stay inside and out of my... That was a little messy. That's all right. There we go. No regen again. That's so fun. I love that. I love when I don't get regen and I can't shoot rockets. We can still PB though. Of course, as I say that, we can still PB. There's plenty of room for improvement. Oh. Ooh, that was close. Oh. Regen again. Regen again. God damn it. I hate regen. I don't know if you guys could notice. Oh, I missed the rocket. I could save this, but it's so slow. Oh. No way. The bounce strat. Oh, I went way too low. Oh, ramp bug. You bitch. Oh, that was a tricky angle. Almost saved it. Oh, almost went too high. We're making really good time here. Ah, too much speed. Oh, I mean a rocket there. I accidentally clicked. Ugh. Gave myself too much speed again because of it. Alright. Oh, regened again. I really should just look at my rocket total. Eventually I'll learn where the regen zones are, but not today. Alright, here we go. Oh yeah, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it, Mr. Krabs. I messed up. Saved it. Still feeling it. Yep. Oh yeah, that was a good line. My W key's sticking. Yup. Beautiful. Not enough horizontal speed. That's okay. Maybe too much horizontal speed, but it's alright. Actually, just enough. That's fine. Oh. I definitely keep missing that that wall jump. Oh. That left side wall jump is definitely causing me a lot more issues than it needs to. There you go. That's all I have to do. Low speed. Yeah, it's alright. Probably should have just bailed on that when I knew it was low speed, but it's alright. I still don't quite know how that recovery strat is supposed to work. Not like that. It's like this level and the wall pogo level are the run killers. Too early. Slightly, like 1 frame too late on the rocket. There we go. Oh shit, that's not a speed. Oh, I missed the first target. Damn it. I thought I did. Because I had to shoot that rocket to get over the lip. That's too bad. This is still gonna PB though. I feel it. I feel it in my bones. Alright, there we go. Oh, I'm not sure I hit that target actually. It's alright, we're still on pretty good pace. 11 minutes in. Not too shabby. With quite a few fails on D last. I still have more than 10 minutes to PB. And the last 2 courses are not as hard as that one. I thought that was gonna be the first try. A little late. Yep. Oh, almost. Early. Ooh, the rare double flat hit marker. Aimed way too far behind me. Aimed too far in front. I'm making every mistake possible. It's for the sake of learning. Oh, low speed, darn. Come on, low speed again. I'm aiming slightly too far in front of me. There we go. Oh no, I got too good of a pogo. That's annoying. Should have just gone for the wall there, not the platform. Okay, barely. Barely what we got there. Bit of a slow wall climb, but it's alright. We first tried it, at least. One more. I knew it. Yes. Oops. This might be a little awkward. Oh. That was actually good. I just should have shot higher to bounce off the ceiling earlier. Oh no. Oh no. I'm so close. One more course after this. This is a fat PB. God damn it, but I keep missing the third rocket. Or the fourth. Alright. No, I got ram bugged. Pain. More pain. I'm just screwing up. Oh, come on. Seems too low speed, yeah. There you go. This is a good little safe strat, trying for the 3 rockets on that wall. But really, I just got the angle wrong on the first double. Yeah, and again. Maybe if I actually watched the rocket and timed it instead of just guessing each time, probably have a better time of this. All right, last course, I'm at 17 minutes. It's not as good as I was hoping. Too many mistakes on that last course, but we can still PB. And I intend to. Oh, I didn't. I let go of W by accident. That sucks. All right. I have 5 minutes to beat the rest of this course. This course should only take like 2 minutes if played well. So, as I say that, I start freaking out though. Ugh. All right. Okay, first try on this level is good though. That's a big time save over my last PB. Big. Oh, did that badly. Got regen. Oh, come on. I wonder if you can cheese this one. No. Oh, wait, you can just stand on those? Weird. Oh, I almost threw that on the last wall jump. It's gonna be tight, yeah. That probably wasn't gonna get there anyway. Low speed. Oh man. Oh man, I keep screwing this level up. Oh my god. Alright, there we go. Jesus Christ. That level should not have been hard at all. Oh, okay. Guess I'll take the speed shot. That's fine. Oh, man. Alright, there we go. Oh, a little, it fell apart a little bit at the end there, but another PB. Now, do I do another one? I'm not sure. I kind of want to, but I've been streaming for 5 hours. Oh my god. I'll do one more run. But if I get frustrated, that's it. I think I can sub 20 tonight though. And again, the goal is we're trying to get trying to beat 12 minutes and 30 seconds. That would get me to top 100 on the leaderboard, which is the goal of this segment. All right, last run, but if it goes poorly, I'm just gonna rage quit in the middle. All right. Oh, let me get some real music, not just Spotify shuffle. We'll get something harder going for the vibes. Here we go. Oh, I fucked up. But we're all right. It's only a few seconds wasted. What's a few seconds among speedrunners? It's a few seconds among friends. Oh, I overstopped it. All right, hold on. I can do a better start. Oh, what a terrible jump. Oh, I did it again. God damn it. Ooh, a little low. A little too low. Oh no, I fucked that up. Alright. I gotta get a good start at least. I gotta get through that level, probably is the last level that costs me that much time. Oops. If I hadn't missed this level, I probably wouldn't have restarted, but look how much faster that is than doing the whole sink from the bottom. Oh no. I barely saved that. That was really bad speed shot. Well, that was a flawless course A, though. That was nice. This might be a little slow. Okay. I think that was the first mistake we made all the whole run. That first course and a half was perfect. Oh shit. I think speed shots are just my enemy. If I can just get the speed shot levels more consistently, this shit is over. Keep getting it too low. Okay. Barely made that, actually. We're kind of flying, though. As I say that, I fuck it up. Oh, I went way too early. And not enough sideways. And again. Still good time though. Oh, this is a waste of time though. God damn it. Yeah, I knew I had too much speed there. Didn't get a good enough pop off the ramp. Almost got the fast strat there. That would have been fun. Oh, shit. No, I hit the ceiling. Damn it. I knew that I was gaining too much height. That would have been so good, the one try. Oh, shit. Nope, too much. Settle. Settle. It's not settling. There we go. Shit, 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 shit. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. The margin between out of control and wall pogoing is so slim. Also, my W key keeps sticking. It's really annoying. It's making a loud clicking noise. That was pretty good though. 2 try on D6. Oh, first try on D7. Love it. We are flying right now. Oh, not enough horizontal though. It's a big waste of time if you miss this level, unfortunately. Now I don't think I have enough vertical. Damn! It's going so well, but that... Fuck this level. Come on. Yes. Whew. Strafed our way through that one. Hello, are you back? Yes. Well, you're just in time to see me maybe choke this amazing runaway. Come on. Alright, there we go. Yeah, this feels like my best start so far. So all I have to do is just not super choke the last few levels. And it'll be another PB. Really, if I can just get through this level without too much time loss, it's a huge PB. I could have tried for the speed shot there, but it probably would have been too slow anyway. Too early. Too slow again. All right, there we go. Yes, 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 yes. Oof, barely, so barely made that. Oh my gosh. Oh, went way too high, actually. First try? Not enough pop off the wall. Ooh, I thought that was gonna be the first try. Close. Not as close. Even less close. A little late on the second rocket, unfortunately. The easy rocket. There we go, there we go, there we go. Oh. Okay, that's a pretty good wall climb. Pretty good speed. Oh, so barely. Usually I shoot one more rocket there. So I'm glad I had this speed still. Ah, the fucking... I hate this level. It's so annoying. It's just not... doesn't feel well designed. Oh, I was slightly too late on that sink. Slightly early. Get in the hole. Oh. Alright, last course. 14 minutes. That's 3 minutes ahead of my last PB, which was 21 like 19. So the sub 20 is super possible. Oh, but I'm throwing. Oh, but I'm throwing. Oh, I'm throwing. Come on. At least this is a very quick recovery for messing up on this level. Oh my god. Come on. I'm not locked in. Oh my god. I keep drifting away from the wall. Bro, I'm a choke artist. This level is the easiest level. I mean, not the easiest, but the easiest of a course. It's that easy. I just had to do that. Sorry, we still got this. We still got it. I think I just missed the wall there. Oh my god. Alright, there we go. That was way more awkward than it needed to be, but I didn't choke. No. No! I'm throwing. I just gotta relax. It's not a huge deal. That was close too, but we made it. 200, baby. We're doing good. Ah, so close. Well, this is bad. Ah. Okay, okay. Barely got over that, actually. Last level. I have a minute and a half to beat this one. Let's take my time. I missed the rocket. That's hilarious. Alright, bad connector, but that's it. Ooh, yeah. 19 minutes. That was a big improvement. Oh, yeah, that was a good day. My forearms hurt, though. And also, I've been streaming for 5.5 hours. So, that's it for me today. But that was a very productive day. We played Team Fortress Classic. Classic, not Classic. Team Fortress 2. Team Fortress 2 Classified. And then I brought my PB down from like 24 minutes to 19 minutes. And again, the target time is 12.5. We're getting closer and closer. The jumps are feeling better. I just got to make fewer mistakes now and just, yeah. But I mean, you know, you can't just put all that pressure on yourself. Oh, just don't fuck up. Like, you're going to make mistakes. But I think if I just keep playing it a few hours a week, we'll get there. We'll get there in no time. But yeah, that's it. That's it for me. Thanks everyone for watching. It's 2 a.m., bro. It's 2 a.m. in my time zone. I don't even know where y'all are watching from. It's 4 a.m. East Coast.